Well, hello everyone, and how's it going today? It's a beautiful evening here in Vancouver, Washington, and we're dying to get out of here. We're dying to get away from the Portland area. We are completely focused, when I say we, I mean my wife and I, on getting the hell out of here and moving to another place. And as I've mentioned before, we've looked in Kentucky and elsewhere, and people have just said, why the hell are you looking for land in Kentucky? Well, price. The cost to live there is much lower than elsewhere. And the size of a farmhouse we can get, if we were to sell the house that we don't own it, we pay for it, we still owe the whole, basically the amount we bought it for we still owe, and we've had it for 17 years. But in that time it's gained in value, and our intention is to sell this house, move out to a farmhouse with a shop, outbuildings and stuff where I can set up my carpentry business and be within a half an hour of a major town, but have enough acreage to where we can just do our own thing. And so I thought that I would throw this out there, and assuming that a majority of my subscribers are in the US, so I should have at least one subscriber out there that lives in Idaho. And I thought that if you're willing to give me some of the pros and cons and how you feel about it and what you feel is beneficial as well as what's missing, that would help. We've been looking at a lot of different people, who have talked about it. Various realtors post videos, but they have a vested interest in, of course, getting people to move in. Idaho, and I want to make this clear, for a lot of folks, especially with the Kentucky thing, they would say, well, why the hell do you want to move to Kentucky? There's a bunch of conservatives there, or, Bible thumpers, whatever it might be. And I'm just like, I don't care. I want to make it clear that I'm going for the intention of buying a property with some land and minding my own business. And that's really just what I hope to do. I understand that some areas are suspicious of newcomers. I understand that people don't want folks moving there from elsewhere. That's the way it is everywhere. I lived in Portland my whole life. I remember in the 90s and the 2000s, all of the huge influx of Californians moving up, and all Portlanders were like, no more Californians, stay in California. But it's like, people are going to move where they want to move. And California, I would get the hell out of there too. The smart ones did move up here, and it basically created a whole new town, if you will, or not a new town, but Beaverton, Oregon, is where it's where the influx came. Beaverton and Tigard, where a lot of people moved up from California, and now those roads are packed, traffic consistently, and that's why people in Portland said they didn't want it. They didn't want a bunch of traffic. They didn't want a bunch of congestion and people, but that's just life. So I know it's the same way with Idaho, and especially Idaho, because there are a lot of conservatives in Idaho, and I think it's like 67% conservative, and I don't care, because I'm not a political person. I'm not left or right. I try to be in the center and find the values that resonate with me on both sides, but that's not an aspect of it. I don't care if the neighbors or the people in the local community believe in God or don't believe in God. I don't care if they're, conservative or liberal. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is the land affordable? Can I get a decent house? And what is the work like in the area? What are the, especially the outdoors? Because to me, nature is the most important thing. So moving there is, in essence, I picture myself in a farmhouse where I can walk out my front door and I see rolling land or hills or grass, where I can't really see neighbors too easily, if at all. I'd prefer not to see any, but it's good to have neighbors. And just to be able to mind my own business, walk my own land. In fact, I can just see this a couple of years from now, making my first video for YouTube from my new home, on a piece of land, and be able to walk my property and just start a whole new chapter in life. It's like you put your mind to things and you focus on them and you work towards them, and hopefully you gain it. A lot of people don't. It's scary to move from where you are. Like my mom's friend lives in Bakersfield, and I was saying, she should get out of there. That place sucks. And she said, well, once you're at a certain age, you don't want to move, you don't want to leave, you don't want to, it's too hard to pick up and just move. And I said, yeah, I understand that. But if I had, decades left in my life, there's no way I would live in a place like Bakersfield. And see, Portland isn't that bad. That's why it's hard to move, because I like it here. So what I'm looking for is if I could find a piece of land here out of the Portland area, somewhere in the gorge or something, where I could get the same acreage, the same land, the same property for the same price, I would be all over it. But it's literally twice the price here. I mean, if you look at some places, you're paying a huge amount. So anyway, just throwing that out there. If any of you are living in Idaho, or maybe you live in a state that you think is awesome, let me know. And let me know what you like and don't like about it. I figure I'd throw it out there to my subs, because that's about all I can do. And other than that, do my best research the best I can. So I'll talk to you all next time. Peace out.